everybody, listen, welcome into the building, okay? We are here tonight. You know what we're here for. We're here for the recap on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Are y'all ready? Listen, these girls are coming through for season 15. And as they're coming through for season 15, people think they're going to come for Kandi. We're going to talk about it. But I'm going to have to let these people know. And you know what? I'm going to show up the BravoCon. Show up with my signs. Talk about Kandi. Because some people trying to play her out. But that's not what we're going to do. We ain't going to let that go down like that, okay? So listen, everybody. Y'all know what y'all got to do because we're about to board this train and get into this thing right here tonight. So that's right, John. Thank you so much. Y'all know what I need. I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. We about to board this train and talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Honey, it is season 15. So you know what? For that alone, we need to give it up to Roa. Y'all need to put them hand claps in the chat right now. This is their 15th season. These ladies are holding it down. And if I'm not mistaken, y'all could correct me if I need to be corrected. If I'm not mistaken, Kandi Burruss, y'all always like to disrespect her, but if I'm not mistaken, Kandi Burruss is one of the original long-standing housewives on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. People need to show respect for the people that got tenure in the building. Okay, come on, Julius. Yes, she is. Show some respect. Give it up for Kandi Burruss. Okay? I want to say she came second season. So that means she has served over a decade, 14 seasons on Roa, and y'all do not want to show her any respect. Okay? Put some respect on her name. Kandi Burruss in the building, okay? Been holding Roa down for all this time. Now let's board this train. Y'all know what I need. Come on, it's a Kandi Coded show. Come on. Thank you, Latasha. Choo-choo. All right, now, come on, respect, kid. Come on, Jersey Girl 68. That's all I'm talking about. Put some respect on it. What was her name? Let me bring Roya up in the building. Hey, Roya.
Hey, listen, just a little respect when she get home is all she want. Come on, Aretha Franklin.
Aretha Franklin. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Find out what it means to me. Come on. Respect. Put some respect on her name.
Diva told y'all she got Tinder in this building, okay? She's been on the team for 15 years, 14 years. But, you know, we might as well go on and add the 15 years because at this point, Kandi is the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She is the only housewife that has stood all the years that she has been on. You know, there have been quite a few housewives that have taken a break in their time, but Kandi, she has been on consistent since season 2. So hats off to her. I don't always agree with her ways, but she is a businesswoman and she has done the darn thing. So
yes, she is, but she's not an OG. She's not an OG, Diva.
She did. She came season 2.
That's not OG. OG is season 1.
The first 2 seasons. That's OG status now. If you are
OG
when
the show began.
OG for a housewife. She's never been off of the show in the 14 years that she has been here. So for a housewife,
that's not what OG means.
She is an OG. She is definitely an OG.
That's not what that means.
What does it mean? What it means to you?
Who's the other OG then? Who's the other OG?
The only OG is Shereé.
But she skipped seasons, didn't she?
Yeah, she did, Denzel.
Yeah, so come on.
Go ahead and get into it. She's not an OG. Monique said, listen, y'all. She 1 year minus. She's minus 1 year. She's an OG. That's why Kandi is a boss. Come on.
But Diva, if that was the case, if they really wanted Kandi, they would have had her since season 1. So she is not by definition an OG. She's the longest standing housewife, being from season 2 until now, but she's not an OG.
Okay.
We're just use the term correctly.
There's no OG on the show because the OG is someone who never is gone.
Well, let me go on the Urban Dictionary. Let me see what Urban Dictionary says. What OG is.
Look up the dictionary and let's get this on. I see y'all out there. I love y'all for being here. Jersey Girl 68, Dow Willie, Michelle, Aaron, Rebels. Okay, Lasso. I hope I'm pronouncing that. Monique, I see y'all out there. And we glad that you're boarding this train. Make sure y'all hit that like button because that's your ticket on this train ride. Okay, come on, the Don. OG, original.
Diva, can I read the definition?
Oh, go ahead, read your definition.
OG used to mean original gangster, although some people these days use OG as a quicker way of saying original. She's not an original housewife. She wasn't a part of the original cast. She was added on in season 2, so she's not by definition an OG.
So you saying because she wasn't on season 1, she's not an OG?
Correct. Yeah. Granted, how much we don't like Kim is considered an OG because she started the show.
You know what? You're right. Yeah, we gonna move on.
You're right. Denzel, I'm gonna need you not to give up so quickly.
Yeah,
exactly. Don't be giving up so quickly. Talk about no, you right. No, we ain't doing that, Denzel. We ain't doing no so.
Diva said we ain't having that tonight. We are not having that.
We gonna have it whether Diva wanted or not. Let's go, Diva. Get the train started.
Oh, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
Bacon Diva.
Listen,
Diva.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Can I say this real quick? I don't know why it took a Bravo to give the Real Housewives of Atlanta a brand new background. You know the background they got. It looks nice.
Amazing.
It looks nice, but they are wrong. But Bravo is wrong for taking so long to give them a new look.
Yeah, we'll get into that, but let's get into this. This is season 15, and it was episode 1. Who gonna check my new boo? Well, Shereé, a couple people checked them at Ross 40th, but we gonna get into it when we get to that part of it, okay? But she said this episode decided who gonna check my new boo. So Shereé is at her house. Listen, you know what? We hands down. Every time I see Shereé house, I'm telling you,
it's flawless. It's flawless.
What is flawless?
Absolutely gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous. You are correct. I mean,
yeah, it's beautiful.
Beautiful. From the decor, I mean, I don't care what angle of her house you show, it's everything. Okay. So, Shereé, and listen, everybody, the train is fully loaded right now. Okay, nobody's gonna be able to get in because the train is loaded. We're booked and loaded. Okay, the train is packed. Okay, every car is accounted for. We got 10 people in the building, and that's all we can take right now. All right. So Shereé and Martel is at her house. She's in her athletic wear, and like Shereé or not, honey, she got body for days. Shereé got a body. Okay, she got booty, bulls. Flat stomach, and she was in her athletic wear. Now I don't know if that was She by Shereé that she had on or somebody else.
It
was because Bravo made a point of putting the price tag of how much it cost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. So she was wearing She by Shereé. Okay, so Shereé she's starting to get it now, right? Promote your own stuff because that was the second scene she was in with some She by Shereé on. Okay, so we're gonna give it up to her for that. So Martel comes over. And he left a photo shoot for Upscale magazine. Okay. And because I ain't gonna fight nobody. I'm not gonna fight nobody. Martel, he is who he is. But the man, he keeps himself together. Okay. Came over in his suit. And she welcomed him in and they hugged or whatever they did. And she told him, go change your clothes. I got a surprise for you. And she had the chef come over, and the chef was cute, and it looked like a good meal. She was chefing, okay? She cooked them a meal, and Martel in his dirty mind, he thought that it was going to be a party for 3. But Shereé, Martel is a lost soul. Yeah, that's a possibility, Doc Willie. Yes, that is a possibility, right? So they cooked and they chatted it up. And, she invited him to Ross, Sanya's husband's 40th birthday party. Said, Martel, it's going to be a shindig. I want you to come with me. And, they talked about how Kandi said he was an opportunist. And Martel was in his feelings. He said, opportunist? No, her husband is an opportunist. Woo. And he said, then he was like, ain't they like 3 feet tall?
Oh my.
Now y'all ain't have to do that to Kandi and Todd. Shout out to the short people because I'm in the short people club. Don't do that. Okay. So, he's invited and he was in his feelings because he is considered an opportunist. I'm going to add another scene to it so we can talk about these two scenes really quickly. Kandi, Don Juan, and what's the girlfriend name again?
Carmen.
Carmen. Okay. Carmen was looking a little different in the face, right? But anyway, I don't know if that was just me. So Carmen came and did a little revisit, but you know what? Carmen doing her own thing now. She got up from underneath Kandi's wing. Because, she probably couldn't take Mama Joyce no more. I'm not mad at you, Carmen. I'm glad you did your own thing and you got your come up now. Because Mama Joyce was trying to play Carmen out on the TV nonetheless, okay?
I'm going to drag you down the road, you low down heifer.
Carmen said deuces. Okay?
Let me at him. Let me at him.
Okay. Yeah, Miss Mama Joyce, okay? So they talked about, at that little meeting, Kandi talked about, she by Sheree's site crashing down. How Shereé don't like to get help from nobody. Okay.
She don't like to pay nobody. Excuse me, Diva. She don't want to pay nobody.
Oh, well, correct me, honey.
Thank you, Leo.
She don't want to pay nobody. That part right there. She don't pay. Somebody said that before. Okay. And and Ace, poor little Ace, he thinks mommy works a lot. Well, you know what? Sometimes I wish you just gotta talk straight up to the kids. Whether once they turn 2. You let them be a baby from 2 and under. Once they turn 2, you got to start getting them straight all the way together and say, Ace, you got options. Do you want to live over there or do you want to live here in your big house? Ace, do you want to go on vacations to Africa, Hawaii, and all these exotic places? Or you want to just go across the street to the park? What you want, Ace? Ace, when you graduate from high school, do you want a car? Or do you want to continue walking to the corner and catching the bus? Because you got options, Ace. You got options, Ace. Either mommy works and you get to live this life, or you can cry because I'm not there to help you with your ABCs. And then, I'll walk you to the bus stop. What do you want, Ace? And do you want steak, Ace? Or do you want oodles and noodles? That's how you got to get with these kids now. Ace, you got to be in that KFC commercial because mommy works. They wasn't going to just pick you. I'm just saying. Okay? Now, Moyetta shows up. I'm going to beat you right here. And Moyetta shows up. And Moyetta's another one. Moyetta got body. Moyetta,
yes, she does.
Whoa, okay. And she got the flat stomach. Moyetta, what's going on? Help us out. Okay. Moyetta got body for days. And that's not a made-up body. She didn't buy that body. Okay. She got booty. She got boobs. She got a flat stomach. Come on.
And I think she's rich too.
Oh, well, is she rich or the husband? Because that's Neo's ex. Neo don't give up his money.
Well,
I think it's Heath. He helps with the process.
Oh my gosh.
He helps.
Neo
Diva said, "Get it right. Who's rich, her or the man?"
Or the man, yeah. Because Nia, he don't give his money up to nobody. You see, he's questioning, but that will say that for trending topics. You see, he questioning the side chick to see if the babies are his. He's messy. Neo, but we'll talk about him another time. So Kandi was like, now Kandi, she's a little messy. She liked to throw, and I like Kandi, y'all know that already. She liked to throw rocks and hide her hands because Kandi is up on her YouTube channel talking about the folks and then expect them not to get mad. But if somebody say something about Kandi, she gonna pass all the way out. Okay. She up there making memes about them and she acting straight a fool. But if somebody talked about her, she would pass out. Okay. So she said, yeah, I was being petty Betty. So how do you expect them to feel then, Kandi? Stop.
But she spoke about that on her speak on it. She totally agreed with you, Diva. She said that they can say whatever they want because I am being messy.
Yeah, being messy. And again, I love Kandi, but that confessional 1970s afro, no.
I'm Foxy Cleopatra, and I'm a whole lot of woman.
No. And lastly, before we go to the next scene, I'm gonna say this. Kenya saying about Shereé not having a period no more. Now, Kenya, you was age shaming, and if I'm not mistaken, her and Shereé, they in the same bracket.
1 year apart, literally.
Come on now, 1 year apart. So that was real messy of her to say that. Like, that's messy. That I thought that was disrespectful, out of pocket, out of line. But Kenya's another one. She likes to throw the rocks
and throw her hands. Have her hands.
Don't you know? Because I'm talking down to y'all. Because what she also likes to do is she likes to talk on people's relationships. But then you want to get mad if somebody talk on yours. Now, what are we doing? Because you can't have it both ways.
That's what I'm saying. And can we just run down the list of the men that she's been with? That
part.
I mean, come on. Like, she should be the last person on all of reality TV to talk about somebody's relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
That part right there. And so I'm gonna leave with those two. Well, you know what? I'll add one more scene before we get to the other ones. I'm gonna add one more scene. The other scene I want to add is, Todd and Kandi, trying to have family time and Todd acting up. Now, I ain't want to agree with Mama Joyce. Todd was acting up.
Okay.
He's acting up because when you want to sit there, Todd, and y'all supposed to be having family time, and you talking about you writing your movie.
Roy forgot to hit mute. He was ready to pop off.
Okay. You want to sit there acting like you writing your movie, and you cannot come over and have family time and dinner with me and the kids. I got a problem with that. Todd, you know what you signed up for. When you got with me, that's right, Ghostwriter Todd. Stop. Okay? Todd, when you got with me, you knew what it was. You knew I was the breadwinner. I paid for that whole Coming to America themed wedding. You didn't have no money for that. You didn't have money for the DJ, the flowers, the dress, nothing.
Now, Diva, you going in, Diva, you going in.
All right, I'm going to stop.
So are you saying that he was an opportunist? Is that what you're saying?
I don't like that. I've been defending Todd all this time, but when he wanted to sit there and act like he writing the next blockbuster hit movie, and you can't go over with the kids and your wife and eat a piece of chicken, I got a problem with that. And Kandi's gonna have to fund the movie anyway, so you need to go over there, sit down, eat dinner with her, and talk her into funding this movie.
So you are saying that he's an opportunist. I just want to be clear.
I don't do that now. Now, Carrie, I'm gonna start with you. I just named 3 scenes there. What are your thoughts? Go ahead, Roy. You wanted to say something. I'm starting at the bottom, but go ahead.
Yeah, before we get too far into the show.
Yes.
You muted.
Sorry. We have 178 people in the building and only 84 likes. So if everybody can please before we get into it, just hit that like button, whether you backstage with me or if you're watching, if you can just hit that like button for us, we're going to get this train going for y'all. Let's get these likes up. Thank you.
Thank you. Come on, not fake directing. Come on now. Carrie, go ahead. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I probably disagree with you on everything that you said. But it's all fun.
Yes, you can disagree. I'm okay. Yeah.
It's all fun.
Yeah.
I do agree that Candace is a, throw your rock and hide your hand. I mean, that's been her whole thing since she's been on the show. She's always been the one to go back and tell what this person said and that person said and get everybody all riled up. But now she has it speak on her, so now she does it on there. And I do not for 1 second believe that she said, well, she may have said that, yeah, this is what I do, so I expect for people to talk about me. But we all know that Candace getting her feelings if you say something about her. So, I mean, she was just talking. I don't believe that. She's very easily offended about anything. You can't say anything about her because she's never wrong. And as far as Ace and that really broke my heart. Like, I was really shocked that they showed that scene, even though that is what's real. And that is
right.
Yeah, But it really broke my heart. And I do believe that she can kind of scale back a little bit because kids would rather go to the park than fly on planes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah. But I mean, I know you were just saying that in good fun.
Yeah.
And what was the other scene?
This
Is
scene,
it,
go ahead.
I'm like Funky Dineva, is it me or this is something going on with Kenya's face? What is going on in her confessional?
Well, the confessionals are a little bit different this season. I
Yeah,
didn't
she looked, I mean, her body is killer, but her
Killer.
face looked swollen. I don't know what that was,
Botox?
but oh, you think that's what you think it is, Denzel?
It might be.
I have
Yeah,
to look at it again, but she was on Watch What Happened Live with Andy afterwards, and she looked good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I saw that, but I just in the confessional, she just looked a little, her face looked like really puffy. And it was just her face because she's lost a lot of weight. She looks
She
amazing.
lost a lot of weight. I
Yeah.
hope she's not another one of these Ozempic people, but she lost a lot of weight.
I think she is. I think she is.
Really?
Yeah, she ain't talking about no workout plan. She ain't talking about no weight goals. She ain't talking about her food choices. She ain't said none of that. Everybody around her said, you know, Kenya's skinny. Kenya is really skinny. She ain't eating nothing. I picked up on that. It's the same thing. Don't sleep. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's a shame because they said Cynthia was doing that too, and I hate. I don't.
Cynthia Bailey.
That's what they claim. I don't know how true it is.
Yeah.
I think
I think so too.
Looks significantly different.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I hope this doesn't backfire on them, but that is what I heard. Annette, thank you so much for the super sticker. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Much love. Much love. Thank you.
That was sweet.
Yeah, very sweet. Yes.
And I feel a little. I'm really indifferent about this whole Ty situation because you know for years the running joke or narrative was that he was an opportunist from her family to fans to her castmates. Everybody was saying it, and I do believe that he has spent a lot of time being in the background. Raising the kids and following her around and helping with her career. But I'm just a little, I don't know how to feel about any of it because I do feel like he was able to come up because of who she is and what she brings to the table.
Right.
So I don't know. What y'all think? I don't know.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing, and I'm go to Julius next. Here's the thing. You can't live your life trying to prove anything to anybody because you're always going to be chasing your tail, right? Because the people are flaky. If I married my man and I know my man wasn't making the same amount of money with me, I wouldn't have let my mother punk him. I wouldn't let no castmate punk him. I wouldn't let nobody punk him. I would check them all. And I would tell my man, if that's what I was good with, I would tell my man, don't listen to them. This is us. I ain't worried about it, so you shouldn't be worried about it either. But see, they listening to the people, and the people will drive you down the rabbit hole every time. She knew who she married. She knew that it was going to be very difficult. I mean, even if he hit the lotto, for him to make that come up the way she is and where the status that she's on now. So you can't let nobody punk your mate. And that's a point blank in a period. You're not going to punk my husband, and I'm not going to allow him to feel punk so that he feels like he always got to chase what I'm doing. Because
that's right.
Listen,
I always felt really, I'm like, who allows their family, I don't know no black people that have let their mama, daddy, auntie, nobody come in and talk to their spouse, husband or wife that way. I don't even know what that's about. That's a whole nother show for a whole nother day.
You ain't lying right there. And see, that's where people will get in trouble. When you married, it's you and your husband.
That's right.
And the Bible says if we want to get biblical, you got to create that's your new family. And not to say you're going to ignore everybody else, but they can't be in your business. And that's why too, when you going through something, you can't tell, I'm not talking about like if you being abused or something like that, that's different.
I get it. You can't be telling everybody.
You can't tell everybody. Because you don't forget your husband, y'all woke up and y'all good, and now everybody else still mad at them. And you like, what you talking about? I'm over that. Like, so you got to watch who you tell what. You and your mate got to be thick as thieves. That's and right. Shouldn't nobody be able to break y'all. If I'm good with whatever my husband do or don't do, then I'm not gonna let y'all check him for that. I'm not. Julius, what are your thoughts on these first couple of scenes? Shereé is she having another fake relationship with Martel?
Okay, about that man. Okay. That's a true opportunist right there. And I think that man on the DL, my gaydar went off.
With Martel?
Yes.
Allegedly.
It went off. Like,
yeah, we're gonna do allegedly. Wait, hold on, Julius. You know what though? Why is it that all the black men, why does everybody call almost darn near every last one of them is they on the DL? Why do you think that?
He gives off that vibe and he's looking for a cover. That man is on the DL. I didn't get that from every other of the guys on the show. Just him. And that whole relationship with Shereé, that whole thing with Shereé, I said, this is so forced. All for TV. Because all she kept on saying is, I got my new relationship. I got my new boo. Like, girl, come on. Like, that is forced.
It's forced. Shereé is another one. She's beautiful, but she's ditzy. And I don't know if we're ever going to be able to find Shereé a man that is really going to care about her. Because we need Shereé to care about herself.
Yes, she needs to look in the mirror and do her own work. Now, when it comes to Kandi,
yes,
she is a alpha cat female.
Okay.
And I am going to quote the famous Jennifer Lewis.
Okay.
When some folk come across an alpha cat female, they get intimidated.
Oh.
Some folks be intimidated. That's what it is. Now, do she be messy in certain points and all of that? Yeah, of course. We all know that. But she is a alpha cat female, and that's why folks be like, Kandi, like, she thinks she know everything. Because they intimidated.
I do believe
they ain't on her level.
They're not. She a hustler. She a go-getter. She don't think about it. When she think about it, she do something about it. Okay, don't just stay a thought. So give it up for Kandi once again. Paige, thank you for the super chat. Right, Diva, that's exactly what happened. Todd even said himself that he's been trying to prove to her family he's worthy, thus put his own dreams behind him. Yeah, see, and you know what? I wouldn't go into a marriage like that. Where I gotta prove
my own,
to your
and
family.
I say this all the time. My own table has to be established. I'm not putting like half of me on hold for my partner. I'm gonna make sure my partner knows that whole other side, and to a very, very minor, small point, their family too, because I'm not gonna be knocking majorly down my hustle just to like make outside people in my relationship happy. I'm not doing that.
Right, Diva. That's exactly what happened. Todd even said, okay, yeah, see, thank you. Yep. Adele, what are your thoughts?
Hi guys, hope you're all doing well.
Good.
Hi Adele.
Hi. First of all, I just want to jump back for a second. OG doesn't mean that if 1 year you came out, the next year I came out. If you put Jay-Z, okay, and you put LL Cool J, one came out before the other, but they're both OGs. And if you have a person who's been there for 14 years, longest than everybody else, I think that elects that person as an OG. But that's just my thought. Okay, that's just my thought.
Yes.
Moving on now to Shereé. Shereé, I always remember her from Yolanda for some reason, because I always have this thing in my heart where I realize that she's been hurting for a long time. And I don't think she took any time to really heal those wounds. And she's trying to create this relationship on top of those wounds that she has. And I think she's not attracting the man that's gonna love her. And there's just something that, I don't want to say it's fake, but it doesn't feel right. It feels a little bit staged. Even if there's some kind of relationship there, it just feels like maybe they're doing it for show. Because both of it could be right. They could have a relationship, but they're doing it for show, or it could, yeah. So that's just the way I feel about it. I'm not sure if it's right or wrong, obviously. Now going back to Kandi and and Todd. I've been watching Atlanta for a long time. They started out wanting to be a team to conquer the world together, right? Especially because Todd already knew where Kandi was standing. And I think, the restaurant and all of those things, they did the play together, all of those stuff. There's a part of me that feels like, this is just them trying to announce that Todd is doing movies, starting to write movies so everybody will know. There's just that thought that came to my head. Yeah. But the part where Kandi started crying, she doesn't have those kind of like bursts unless she actually feels something. I would hope she wouldn't cry, just for us to, hold on to it. And I don't feel that she's that type of person. But for me, I just look at Kandi that she's been there 14 years and she's been giving. I feel like she always gave her real life. And there's some seasons there that she was like, everyone was coming for her. Like, people forget that. People think, okay, because she got arrested a few years here and there, like Bravo's not gonna pay her for no reason. Yes, they pay her for her name, but they're also paying her because she's been under the wheels of the tire for a long time. People were coming to her, especially the Phaedra years. But at the end of the day, I guess people just want to keep on seeing you getting hurt. And I just feel like she's done her dues, and if people don't want to see it, they're just not gonna see it. So overall, what am I missing? What scene did I miss? Is that everything?
I think that's everything. Yeah, that's everything. Denzel, and then I'm gonna add the rest of the scenes after this. Denzel, what are your thoughts on those couple of scenes there?
Okay, I just want to make sure. Did you talk about the scene with Kandi, Moeta, and Kenya yet? Did you speak about that?
Yes, I have. I added that.
Okay. That scene with her, the scene with Shereé and Martel, it just seemed like it seemed forced. It didn't seem real at all. And I don't believe, I might be wrong, but I don't believe they in a relationship. I think they're doing it for a storyline. But did you see the cook's face, the chef? Did you see her reaction? It was something else. Like I said, I love you, Diva. And I love Kandi. But with her talking to her son on the phone, it's sad. It's really sad. And like I said, like I told you earlier, I think Kandi needs to step back a little bit and just be there for her children and her husband. Like Kenya said, she needs to spend a little bit more time with her husband. Now I want to ask you, because I use Instagram. Why did I love Kandi, but she was being a little messy. She told Kenya to accept his request. I don't know why she told her that.
Now, wanted Kenya to prove that this man was recently trying to talk to her. Like, you can't be messy. So if let me see the message. You saying he was in your DM. How are you trying to say he was trying to hit on you and you never even accepted his message? Like, come on now, let's keep this
exactly right. And this is the thing. I use, like I said, I use Instagram. Now, if somebody messaged you on there and you didn't accept their request, can they delete their message and the request is still there?
Yeah.
Okay, someone say, yeah, I'm not techie like that. But either way, how can you say he was trying to talk to you and you didn't accept the message to know what the message was or was not?
I don't know.
So she's being messy. Emmanuel, because we got a lot to talk about. We got to talk about this 100K party. But we're going to get there. Emmanuel, what are your thoughts on those scenes so far?
All right, my thoughts are, yes, Shereé was the opening scene because she is the only standing OG. So that scene had to be hers. I love Shereé. I love her house. She's funny. Martel, I do think it was a little bit tragic when he was making fun of their height, but when he called Todd an opportunist, I was laughing so hard because you know what, Kandi did come for him, and I'm glad they showed that flashback showing that she did say something about him. So I don't know. I pretty much feel the same way about Martel and then everybody else does. Let's see. Oh, another thing. Here's the thing, y'all. I know the Kandi scene was a little bit sad with her little kid calling her and everything. But here's the thing, though. If she's gonna have that on the TV, she can't be mad if later on in the season Marlo or Shereé make a reference to that, because I don't want the same thing that happened in Love and Marriage Huntsville to happen here, where somebody mentioned Miss Wanda mentioned something and then they're saying, "Oh, kids are off limits," but like it's happening in the TV show.
Well,
does that make sense?
Well, you're on mute right here, but you know what? I'm gonna reserve because I want to add these other scenes and I want to go around. Smoke, what are your thoughts about those couple of scenes?
I'm just over Chateau Thelma's daughter. Chateau she can't pay. Chateau it takes 10 years. Chateau can't get child support. Chateau can't fake an eye drop. I'm over her. Honestly, I feel like Bravo and Nene should have came to some kind of agreement and worked out their differences because Shereé is not the OG this show needs. She has been done since season 4 when she was last seen on. She has not evolved. Nothing has changed with her, so I'm over with her. The relationship with her and Community Peen is completely false, because how you gonna call someone your man and y'all not even following each other on social media? And he goes in an interview and calls you his friend. So as far as I am concerned, Shereé, yes, she has been through a lot of relationships. I don't want to take that from her, but I'm just over just like the not getting anything real from her. And I'm not spending $100 on I'm gonna say Chateau Shereé shirt or whatever she by Shereé, whatever. I'll wait till it goes on clearance around Christmas time. Now, in regards to Miss Burruss, if you're nasty, for her, I think she has an issue with compromise. She's not willing to compromise on anything unless it serves her or elevates her. But when it comes to someone else, it's like, oh, no, wait. We got to do this. We got to do the family stuff. It's like, how many years has Todd been with those kids while she's been on tour, while she's been in the studio again with her group? She's been producing shows on Broadway. She's been flying to Chicago to do The Chi. And wasn't it last season or season before where Ace got on FaceTime is like, Mommy, I miss you. So I don't care how much money you are bringing in, whether you are a man or a woman, just so we can dispel that right now and not make it a whole thing about gender, whether you are a man or a woman, whether you're making all the bucks. Kids do not care about that stuff at the end of the day. They want your time and they want your energy. So yes, Kandi can be talking about building the financial wealth of the family and having Ace working that KFC commercial. That is great. But at the end of the day, he just wants his mom. That's it. And Riley has even been saying, she's like, I don't even think you should be having any more kids. And when they were thinking about having Blaze. So the fact that your eldest child is telling you, you were barely around with me, it was grandma who raised me, not you. And you sit here and talk about, oh, I want another child, this, that, and the third. You have to be willing to give and take. It doesn't matter how much you're working. You can pull back, Kandi. You're done enough. Your kids need you right now, especially in these formative years, because then guess what? They're going to be calling Todd mommy and daddy. And then you're going to be in your feelings, doing your goat cry because you're like, well, I was just, work is just like, I get it. But your kids need you at this point. So pull it back. And that's for anybody, male or female. So we don't have to have that conversation. And I'll yield back my time.
Smoke, you don't think her kids want to be set in the future?
That part.
They are already set. I don't think Kandi's done with her financials where she doesn't have something in place where the kids will be good up until they are grown adults. So this whole thing about like, oh, she's working to set them up. They are already set up. So I'm not buying that excuse that all this work is for them. This is for Kandi and her ego, period.
Her ego. Wow. So we capping a limit on how much people should make and how much.
Stop making it about money.
That's
it's
not
about
it.
time.
No, that's not what it is.
You saying money? You saying
I said she has enough based on what she's already done before the show and even when she's been on the show.
How does she continue to pay her bills? She got
Diva, what bills? The house is paid. The house is paid. You think Kandi is someone that has bills on the daily? Stop. She can't be this rich lady.
I do think she has bills on the daily because she takes care of her whole entire family. Now that's
not a bill. That is a contribution that she chose to do.
For her.
It's
a bill for her. It's a bill for her. But I agree with you, Smoke. That does not negate the fact of her being a mom. You need to be present for your children. And from the way it comes off on TV, from what we see on TV, Todd has been there for those children from the beginning. Kandi has been on tour with her escape. She was on the dungeon thing. She was acting. She was in the Shy. Kandi is always gone on a regular basis.
That's
so
true.
Let's not play. Now let's not sit up here and play like Kandi don't consistently be on a job.
But here's the thing where you're
so Diva, why have kids if that's what you? I don't understand.
She showed
Thank
those
you.
kids.
Why have those? If this is the life that you want to live, I do not understand that. I do not, and that's why I was so confused about why everybody was jumping down Marlo's throat about the time thing. I'm like, her daughter told her that on national TV. She said the same thing. She was looking at Candace all kinds of sideways, like, why are you having another baby? Like, for real.
Here's the thing, Smoke. If Kandi has the opportunity to do another job venture, why not take it? Why be complacent and just because if you have that mentality of like,
because your kids need you, your kids need you.
That's complacency.
It is.
That's like saying that your children was a burden. So why even have it if you didn't want the burden of having to be a parent and actually handle the responsibilities?
No. There's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Let me throw this into the game. So when you have a parent that maybe works just as much as she does, but they're not making the same level of money, it's okay for that parent to work the 7 jobs because
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
They should not work the 7 jobs, and how do they pay their bills?
Okay.
Y'all keep making it seem like people have jobs that are like, oh, I have to work this to provide for y'all. Not everybody needs to have 2, 3, or 7 jobs. Kandi is in the position like she's not like normal people where she
gets
needs
residual
it.
income forever.
Hey, Diva, can I say something real quick?
Wait, hold on, because I need to get the Leo and E because they didn't even get a first comment on this situation.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Y'all shaking the train. Leo, what are your thoughts?
I am in the thought of this conversation about parenting being solely based on, not solely, I scratched that word from the record, being predicated on the fact that this particular family has enough money, and if your children is asking you to be there for them and you see that they need you, you got enough. You need to dedicate your time to your children because you're in the position to do that. But we, even as an adult now, I have come to understand at 50 years old that there are a lot of things as human beings we do want to do for ourselves. But people don't stop having children, regardless of whether or not they plan these children and bring them into this world, to stop striving for the goals that they personally have wanted for themselves. That is how you teach your child to strive for excellence. No one raises perfect children in this world.
Come on now.
All children are resilient.
Yes.
You have that conversation with them, you help them to understand, and they may be emotionally resentful for the choices you have made. But just trust and believe those same children are resentful of your choices. When they have children, their children will be resentful as well for a myriad of things that we couldn't think about or even come to in this conversation. Everybody does the best that they can, that they know how to do when you're raising children.
Amen.
They don't come out with a manual.
Amen.
Everybody doing the best that they can. And I do give her that grace for her children. It is not like this woman has totally left the continent and has been gone for 8 months, and her kids don't see her or talk to her. Yes, they will miss her when she gone. My parents both worked. They both worked 50-hour weeks, and all the stress they was under trying to pay them bills. I'd rather for them to be at work because them people was under stress. Okay.
Yeah.
So I appreciated the good times that we had. So scratching that, moving on. I will put this part in here.
Yes.
Even Nene said that Kandi will fight about her kids, her mama, and her man. So this I will not agree. Y'all remember the pillow party at Nene's house?
Yes, I do.
Oh yeah.
The whole place down.
I remember that.
That part.
You need to shut the whole place down about Todd. And as far as Shereé and Martel, I don't give them any energy because it's not real. I don't have no thoughts on it. However they want to do it, they looking stupid out here, so that's them, whatever. And her not addressing everything that's said about her. She just got nominated for a Tony. She just got nominated for an Emmy. She is doing the thing. And she do her spoofs. She enjoyed doing the spoofs because she said basically to give people something to talk about since they already talking. I don't really think that she got the capacity for everything that she got going on. She is a petty person and she can be petty, but she got the luxury of being petty. Because just like Marlo said, well, Broadway ain't working out. Your acting ain't working out. So yes, she got time for spoofs. So check that. Check that, T.
Boom.
David, can you highlight that comment from Jason Hunter again, please?
Okay. You want me to go back to a comment? Well, my mother expressed to my father that his absence for work was putting a strain on the family and children. He switched up. Kandi can too. See, all right. I thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
But see, with y'all not being realistic and keeping it 100.
Right? What are we not being realistic about?
Because let me say this, and then I'm gonna go to E, and then I got to get to Roy here. They're not being realistic on y'all counting her money, but we don't know what her bank account says. She has restaurants, employees in these restaurants that she has to pay.
Tyler Perry's a parent, and he works like he's broke.
That part. Come on, Emmanuel. You done dropped the mic. You know what?
That was Julius.
Julius. I mean, come on, Julius. And you know what, Julius? You dropped the mic. I don't need to say nothing else.
Well, that's because Tyler Perry writes, produces, and does everything. He's his own production team. He don't have people working for him. So that's him.
He acts like he doesn't have a whole lot of money because he's making the sacrifices to make sure that his son is good. It doesn't matter if he writes, produces, and everything else. The fact that he puts the time.
So y'all say money trumps kids.
No, let me finish, Smoke. Let me finish. He's showing his son to have a good leadership work ethic. Yes, every child misses their parent when they're working long periods of time. However, the parents need to work because it's up to them to lead by example.
That's right. That part. I have a good work ethic because I got it from my parents. I work hard. I play hard, but I work hard too. And I'm around people that also work hard. So we're not running around here broke. Okay?
Y'all worried about being broke. My mama worked a job herself, and she still made time for me and my siblings. So let's not try to make it seem like out here broke.
It's not a binary choice.
She is getting $2 million per season. She has money residuals. She does producing for other songs. So where is she going broke? Where is she going broke?
It's not a binary choice.
I'm asking the question. Where is she going broke?
Hold on, the train is shaking. Hold on. E, you're in the building. E, what would you like to add to this conversation?
So, hi.
Thank you, Tyler.
Come on, E. Let's hear it.
As far, because I don't want to get too deep into the parenting.
Right.
Sanya, but Sanya leaves her son with the grandparents or the uncle and auntie. Shereé left her kids on the air mattress at the hotel room or the Studio 6, where Marlo threw her nephews out last year. Kenya leaves Brooklyn with the nanny, and Drew subjected her son to a stepfather who lied and said that he would adopt him, and he never did. So none of these women can talk about Kandi's parenting, but I get it. It's the pick on Kandi season, and we have 15 more episodes to go. So let me get to what I really wanted to
holla, E. Holla. No, but before I'm gonna let you finish, E, but 1 second. Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch that?
We not talking about everybody else. We talking about
that.
We talking about
boom, drop the mic.
We talking about Kandi. We talking about Kandi.
No, but see, y'all one-sided. Y'all not being fair. Did y'all catch that?
Well, we talking about Candace though.
We're talking about Kandi. We weren't talking about the rest of these people. No.
Most of Candace
Ooh, child.
Go ahead, E.
Well,
tell the people, E.
So let's begin with a compliment. Sheree's house is beautiful. However, the house was purchased with ill-gotten gains. So the money that was spent on that house belongs to the federal government. I want us to be clear about that. It has Thelma's name on it. So it's not Chateau Shereé. It needs to be called Cubbyhole Thelma or Domicile Atlanta, because that's the people's house. And for the comment in the beginning of the show, I believe someone said, well, if they wanted Kandi on season 1, they would have had her on there. I want to flip that comment and say, if they had the cast they needed on season 1, then they would not have needed to call Kandi Shidnight Burruss. If Kandi is not the OG of this franchise, then this franchise does not have an OG. Shereé cannot be an OG if she's been fired not once, not twice, but 3 times. And she's never been a fan favorite. Shereé is not an OG. She's a mascot. Okay, we have to know the difference. Shereé is like the Ronald McDonald behind
Blood
the
on the train. Blood is on the train.
I'm sorry?
I said the train is bleeding, girl. You cutting them down left and right. You clearing the room. Go ahead.
We have to tell the truth on it. Just because Sheree's picture is outside, she's just an ornament, but she's not the district manager. That's what the OG is. Kandi makes more moves at the Bravo production company than Shereé can. In this first scene, though, Shereé was doing the very most with the very least. She's talking about doing an OnlyFans and having threesomes. I ain't never had to tell no man, let's do a threesome or let's do OnlyFans to keep the fire burning. This screams desperation. It screams, I am not enough. And Shereé is a grandmother. It was absolutely no reason for Shereé to come back this season after she played in our face last year with Charlotte Russe by Shereé, Wet Seal by Shereé, and Rainbow by Shereé. We didn't need any more Shereé. Shereé is not needed. And I will not be talking about Shereé and Martel every week on Sundays with the Housewives and on Saturday when Huntsville comes on. Enough is enough. And Shereé is really confused at her big age because she said that Martel exudes big D energy. Martel does not exude big D energy. Martel wears too tight clothing to make his body parts look bigger. Okay, he tells corny jokes and he sells red wine. That is not big D energy. Plus, I'm not interested in seeing Martel on the Housewives every week unless Ariane is coming on or the other side chicks he's been screwing in Atlanta comes on the show too. And last thing, this whole thing about Kenya and the DMs is so contrived and it's tired. But to answer Denzel's question earlier, the message request, if somebody sends you a message on Instagram and you're not following them, the message request will remain, even if the person deletes it. But it is possible to see a preview of the message or read it as long as it's not a picture. If it's a picture message, you have to specifically accept the request in order to view it. If it's just a message, you can see the message, but in order to reply, you have to accept the request. Because Kenya did not say at the top of the scene, she read the message. I think she said she never opened it. I'm with Diva. If you don't know what the message said, then why would you even bring it up? It's fake.
That part. He low-key tried to get with me. Even Andy Cohen said on Watch What Happens Eyes 2 years ago, like, come on now, let's stop. You're reaching. You need a storyline and you're reaching. E, you dropped the mic. And thank you for the recap on the babysitter situation with the entire cast, okay? Not just Kandi Burruss. I appreciate you. Roya, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts with I'm gonna be quick. Shereé and Martel is giving fake news yet again. Unfortunately, Martel is gonna leave Shereé the same way she was left last season, broke and penniless with no man at the end of the season.
Wow.
So yeah, he is definitely taking advantage of her. He is definitely using her. Unfortunately, Shereé is one of those people that we call touched. The elevator don't go all the way to the top floor. You know, it's just not there. In the words of Phaedra, she's got a big head, but a little brain. So yes, we move on to I'm not a parent, so I can't speak on parenting, but I am a child of two parents, and I've always had someone home most of the time when I've gotten home growing up. And I'm sorry, there's just nothing like the affection of a mother. It's just nothing like an affection of a mother. And unfortunately, a lot of our parents did have to work so much, and it did give a lot of us great work ethic, but a lot of us don't have any home training. A lot of us don't know how to love. A lot of us don't know how to respect. Untwist your face, because you know it's the truth, boo. A lot of us out here in this generation, we are lacking the empathy of parents because they had to be out here working hard because they didn't have the affordability that Kandi has to still be getting checks from the 90s off your music. They didn't have the affordability to sit on TV, and drink and do scenes and get paid millions of dollars, so. And they are in a marriage. A marriage is about partnership. You've been doing what you want to do this whole time. What's wrong with sitting back and allowing Todd to take the road, even if you are footing the bill? If this is
I agree.
Where's the partner?
50-50.
But she did do the movie, though.
She did.
Yeah, she did do the movie.
She did.
Well, he should have thought about it.
She was always going to see. She always supporting Todd. I mean, come on. She supported the trucking business that failed. She supported the construction on the condo.
She married him.
Come on, Emmanuel. She married him.
Wow.
And so, but partnership, and sometimes the partner is being supported by the other partner 60%, and then it's another turn like she was supposed to. Now she supported her husband 68, 100%. It ebb and flow. Sometimes in relationships, especially when you've been together a long time, at certain points I may give more than what he's giving. At other points he's giving more than what I'm giving. It happens. It happens.
It happens.
You talk about it and you work your way through it.
Diva, can I add this? If Todd was the one in the confessional saying that Kandi is out too much or complaining about the situation, y'all be eating him alive.
That's right.
Y'all be eating him alive. Y'all be eating him alive. So the fact that it's a pass because Kandi's the breadwinner, so it's cool. We need to be straight on facts to have a ground where it's like it's either equality or it's just like you can have your cake and eat it too, but you can't do both.
All right, let me add these other scenes because y'all should be praying. Okay, so Sanya's house is packed. Her sister, you know what? I'm gonna be quick. Her sister is disrespectful, out of pocket, and out of line. She gonna call Sanya a dingbat.
Yeah, dingbat. That was messy.
That was messy. And here's the thing: I'm employing your husband. I'm employing you. Y'all living up underneath my roof with your two kids. And that's why Ross, he played it off cool. When his sister got out of line, he was not going to be disrespectful. So he was like, let me go get Deuce. He said, let me go get Deuce. Because you know why he went to get Deuce? He went to get Deuce before he came out of his mouth. And see, last season, he got spoken to for speaking to the ladies. So he wasn't going to come at her sister, his sister-in-law. But the sister-in-law was out of pocket, out of line, and so was her ungrateful husband. But that's that with them in that house. And she's throwing this party for Ross. She said anything for him. Listen, the $40K wasn't enough for a party.
I'm serious. Right?
Okay. And listen, I'm not being disrespectful. The party looked nice.
I would have been fine with $200. Let's just keep it real.
No, but see, you know what? She let them punk her because
Yeah,
all
she
the other
did.
That's what it was.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
She
let them punk
did.
her. All the other events that she threw, they talked about her. So now she felt like she had to come all the way out the gate. And see, Kandi, that's the one thing about Kandi. She ain't gonna let you punk her out of her cash. Sanya got punked. Now, if anybody could throw a 100K party, it would have been Kandi. Out of Sanya, this was not a good move. That 100K could have got a condo next door to your house for your sister, her husband, and them kids.
Yeah.
Hello. Exactly.
I mean, yeah, Kandi might have used 100K to throw a party, but it still would have looked tacky because she has zero style, taste, whatever you want to call
dang.
it. I'm going back on mute. I'm going back on mute.
You're right.
That's so disrespectful. That's so disrespectful.
That was shade.
Wait,
That was shade.
y'all. Thank you for
now,
the
y'all know, first of all, y'all know Kandi don't have no taste. Wasn't it last season? And I mean, was it last season or the season before last when she had all that, you know what, in her pool, all that trash in her pool, Tupperware falling out her cabinet. Come on, y'all know come on.
Oh, her house.
I see why she got so much money. Because she don't clean up, she don't have a maid, a nanny, or nothing, apparently.
Oh my.
Yeah, y'all right. Hold on one second. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, Diva, you going to be watching Basketball Right Reunion, or are you not interested in that show like before? Also, do you know Evelyn's still going to sue OG allegedly? You know, I stopped watching that because they're grown. And not to say Atlanta Housewives is not, but on Basketball Wives, they're grown. And I was like, the amount of fights that they was having, it was becoming way toxic for me. So I tapped out a while ago, and I wasn't, it was just too much. A lot of these reality shows is getting to be too much, but Basketball Wives got to be over the top. So no, I didn't watch. I had stopped watching. I stopped watching way back when what's the name was dating Tim for that minute. He was stalking her, and she had to go to court. Jennifer. I stopped watching back then, so I don't even think I could tap back into that show because it was just too much. Basketball Wives, yeah.
Diva, Tamar,
Too messy.
Tamar is hosting the reunion
of what?
Basketball Wives.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't even think that's a good fit, and I'm not trying to stop nobody's
I
back.
don't either.
But
I
Jackie
don't either.
has been carrying that season.
That's it. I don't want to block nobody.
Okay, so wait, guys, let me throw in the rest of these scenes because we got to talk about this party, right? So she's throwing this party, and the budget went up to 100K. All I can say is, Sanya, if you're watching, bad move, wrong road, big mistake. 100K for this 40th birthday party, and when they was walking in, I was like, the venue itself didn't even look like it was worth no 100K, but it looked like a nice party. I'm happy for Ross, but I do think they should have used that money as a down payment on some more housing for that sister, because you're not going to be disrespectful to me in my own house. That's a point blank in a period. Okay, so they show a scene with, you know, Marlo, Brooklyn, and Kenya. It was really cute, that little scene with them. They show a scene with Marlo and the boys, and Marlo has a life coach. And I think what we know for sure, the boys were hurt by the statement last year that played out on the show. But, you know, I'll give this to Marlo. She's trying to correct the situation with this life coach, and they're coming up with a whole family, you know, statement and everything, and they're trying to get it together. You know, the nephews are adorable. They truly are. And I think that in terms of that, Marlo is trying. And I also say, you know what, it's sad because the sister mental illness is so bad, because I believe they briefly mentioned the sister is out and she hasn't even come check for the boys. But, you know, that's mental illness. It's sad. So I'm glad that, you know, Marlo is trying to get her Monty life together. Okay. So Shereé, Sanya goes to her house. They're working out. And then that Courtney comes over. Let me tell you this. Courtney, I need somebody from Bravo to write a Housewives 101 book, so that any housewives that's coming in for the first time, they have some do's and don'ts that they can go by. Because apparently a lot of them, they don't actually watch shows before, or enough shows before they come on. Courtney ushered herself in the wrong way. I do not like a Sam I Am. I do not like Green Eggs and Ham. She can exit stage left. I don't like her. Okay, she's a whole hot mess. And you know what? She wanted a moment with Kandi at this party. She wanted a moment, and she tried it. Okay, but we'll get into that, right? Now let's get to this party, because you know what? See, what's Drew's husband name? What's his name again? Ralph.
Ralph.
It's a whole piece of work. You gonna come to a party? He sounded like a fool, didn't he? Though you gonna come to a party and say your wife had an emergency. Now you want to talk about 50-50 or 80-20 or 60 whatever 40 in a relationship? He gave 0% that night of the party. How your wife's emergency is your emergency, fool? Why are you here? You came to support your brother? You came to
trash.
He's trash. He's trash.
He ain't worth the screen time. They just showed us who he really was, and he did not. He gave zeros. Okay, he gave none.
He gave none.
Exactly.
Okay, so he comes there talking about, you know, Drew, and Drew wasn't in this whole first situation. Drew was missing in action. Okay, so we get there, we're at the party, everybody's coming, everybody look good. I'm gonna give it to them. Everybody look good. This Courtney though, I ain't got nothing for her. I don't know what she's going to be able to do to clean up her act for me to like her. The only thing I liked was her boots when she came to Sheree's house. That was it. Other than that, oh, I'm wearing my jewelry. Girl, it don't even look like nothing. It didn't look like, it didn't look different. It didn't look like nothing. It didn't look like nothing special. Nothing where we want to go to this site and figure out where this jewelry came from and what it was. Okay. So, you know, we're there. And let me tell you this. Of course, Kenya is messy. Kenya's storyline, and I know if y'all like Kenya, I like Kenya too. But let's be clear. Kenya is messy. Her storyline is always somebody else's business. Mm-hmm. Always. So her storyline was, I'm going to mess with Shereé and tell Shereé that, you know, her man Martel is for the streets and he tried to hit on me. And she talking about some 2-year-old text. All right. So that was Kenya's messiness at this thing. But you know what? I like the way Shereé handled it. She nipped it right in the bud. And next week we're gonna see the get down go with the get down. Because she said, oh, that's what he did. Let's call him over. Let's call him over and you say it to his face. And let's see how this go down. Okay.
She making Martel earn his check. She making him earn his check on the Housewives.
Yes.
That's not even a storyline because everybody already know that. So why didn't she come up with something else? Like that is old news. Everybody knows
tired, old and tired.
It's tired. Like seriously, that is so tired. And it was lazy. It was lazy.
She never has her own storyline. Why don't you talk about the divorce that hasn't happened yet?
That's right.
She's not going to do that because she's messy. So
now let's add to this Courtney who wants to come over to Kandi and buck up. And I don't know why people were mad at Kandi, talking about Kandi gets emotional. No, Kandi had every right to be emotional. This chick comes over to her and she's bucking up and shaking her head and giving all of this sister girl movements. I'm going to need you to back up, Courtney, because I don't know you. You are clout chasing and don't nobody care about you. So, Courtney, I need you to get up out my face right now before I headbutt you. Ooh. That's what Kandi had to let that sister know. Point blank. Okay? That's it. And that's all. Let's go around and talk about this. Okay? Roy, I'm going to start with you because you looking sideways. What's going on?
You know, I'm really not a hater of Kandi. Really, me and Kandi have a lot more in common.
Like that would be my question.
What happened?
Can Kandi really bust down like that? That would be my question. That's just me.
Kandi can get
down. Oh no, Kandi not. Kandi, she can get down now. If you don't believe Kandi can get down, you need to go back and watch that Pillow episode over with Nick.
Season 6
Hotel. You need to watch that episode.
He said, "I will drag that beat."
Yeah, that part. And let me tell you something about Kandi. She may be 5 feet. You know, they want the punker height, but Kandi don't care if you tall, short, or whatever. She ain't backing down. She gonna stand her ground. Go ahead, Roy.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Period.
Okay.
But yes, you know, now, like I said, I like Kandi. I really do. We have a lot more in common than what I like to admit. But I really do feel like that because Kandi is an OG to the Housewives in my book. she should have paid that girl dust. She should have gave her none of her time, none of her energy. Like, girl, you knew she was chasing clout and you just fed into the clout. So I was upset that Kandi fed into it. But sometimes you got to check a hoe. And she had to check that hoe and let her know, I'm still the Kandi from season 2 that got up in Nene face and told you that you better get the backing up for our, what?
Get the blowing up on you. Yes.
Blow up on you.
So,
like she said, comment all down.
Passed, but Kandi had to do what she had to do, so I ain't mad about it, okay?
Exactly.
Sanya, why you got all these people in your house? This is not the Salvation Army. This is not the homeless shelter. This is not, no, ma'am. I need everybody in this house to figure their life out ASAP and get out. Like, this is, we going on the second season, you've been on the show. Mm-hmm. And all of these people are still here. And now they disrespecting you. That's a negative, ma'am. Mm-hmm. No.
But it's longer. But if you remember, it's longer than that because
party, you throwing a 100K party, and meantime you got full house. See, Kandi would have never did that. You need to go over to Sanya, go over to Kandi house and learn some business rules.
But remember, it's longer than that because when Sanya had her own show, they've been living with her forever.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't hot. It ain't cute. Not for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's not it. No, ma'am. And then Marlo and the boys and the life coach. I love that scene. And I really, really hope that Marlo is actually doing the work because all these boys two boys want love, compassion, and understanding. Yeah. They are hurt. They have some trauma. And I want them to really be able to heal from that. And I want Marlo, I hope that Marlo can be the salvation that they are looking for outside of our Heavenly Father, of course. But hopefully they can be that earthly salvation that they need to pull upon in order to be the great young men that they have the potential of being. So I love that scene. I love that they're trying to come up with a family mantra. It seemed like that, the boys they're doing well. They look good. And Marlo looks like that she's really trying to make a good effort to be a good mom T. So shout out to you, Marlo. Hopefully it continues.
Shout out to Marlo. That's right, Obi. She said, I'm about to headbutt. You better watch out, Courtney, because you doing the most, Courtney, and we ain't feeling you. Okay.
Yeah, she tried it.
Yeah, she tried it. Okay, so yeah, but you are correct. I'm giving it up to her for trying to do this with the boys because it's not easy. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. All right. Thanks, Sheila. I know. Okay. E, what are your thoughts?
So if I can just a moment, I want to back it up to that parenting thing again. Shereé has been affiliated with the Housewives since season 1, right? And so this is the 15th season. I want everyone to really think about how many commercials has her son been in besides Cargo by Cynthia Bailey. When have we seen her daughters being the face of a national marketing campaign? Drew, where's your babies at? Sanya, I mean, we know Deuce is with his Nana right now, but the point of it all is that outside of Brooklyn modeling for Kenya Moore Hair Care, Ace is the only Housewives of Atlanta kid to be booked in movies and national commercials. That KFC commercial, Ace looked absolutely adorable, and I love to see him on my screen. He is a natural star, so I just had to say that. Kandi is teaching her son, we all get money in this house, and so I think that needs to be recognized as well.
He had to do a commercial to spend time with his mama. That's a shame.
Yeah, it does, but
they did. Well, he spent time with his mother on set because the two superstars were together. But I'm not going to even talk about Marlo's scene because Marlo shouldn't even be on here as a peach holder for a second season. So let's move forward. Here's a compliment. Sanya has a beautiful family. Her mom and sister, absolutely beautiful. And her brother-in-law is handsome. And so is, I'll even give, I forgot her husband. What is Sanya's husband's name?
Ross. He is.
Ross is cute too. Beautiful family. And the kids are adorable. I also love Sanya's confessional makeup and her hairstyles. I love when Sanya is in her confessionals. The only question I had is why the sister Shereé got a confessional too this season. Until the storyline unfolds, I'm going to reserve my judgment on that. But I will say, Sanya is fake as hell, and she totally instigated that whole fiasco between Courtney and Kandi. Because after all the courtesy that Kandi displayed towards Sanya last season, she could have given Kandi the heads up. You know that Courtney was going to be coming. Sanya is two-faced, and Courtney started that conversation all the way wrong. Courtney started that combo by tapping Candy's shoulder. First of all, don't touch me. Don't touch me. That's too much aggression, especially knowing that you're getting ready to bring conflict. Courtney wanted to be known by Kandi so bad, and she wanted to be seen real bad. Her body language was unacceptable. With all that lunging forward, that would trigger any woman, and I'll say that would trigger me to slap Courtney across the face because she's too fidgety. And being that close in my personal space and you're that high spirited, I might think you're about to hit me. So I will try to get my lick in first because that head movement, that was just too much. And I felt when Kandi called Courtney the first B word she called her. Kandi is from East Point. And if you've never been to East Point in Atlanta, listen, you have to know the girls don't play. And Courtney was lucky to walk out of that party with all of her molars still in her mouth. Courtney is coming. No, really. Courtney is coming on as Sheree's friend. So we know Courtney ain't really about nothing. And she came on that to be Sheree's pit bull and to instigate the beef with Kandi Suge Knight Burruss. And I just want everyone to remember, this is not the first time they brought somebody on to pick at Kandi. Remember in season 5 or 6, that football player, that woman they brought on, I forgot. But anytime you come on and you pick with Kandi, you don't last long. What was that tagline when Phaedra was fired? Don't mess with the boss, because you might get fired.
That part right there. Okay, Leo, what do you want to talk about? Hey, Brian.
I just totally agree with E. Totally agree with E. I also agree that Courtney was acting real aggressive. Like she was giving off way too much. She was putting 20 on 10 over somebody saying that Kandi said they was friends. Oh, really? That's you a grown woman and that's what you engaging over? And you could just see how Kandi was trying to put it together. Like, okay, so what's your energy? Like, what's this energy? What is this? What is this? Actually, and she also had said in earlier interviews that she had filmed right behind the SWV and Escape, so it's a lot of stuff that she just put on. She released on them when they came for her. I don't think this is going to be the only time we're going to be talking about Kandi showing off in this season, because I mean she was already ready to headbutt people. And if y'all recall, season 2, there was like some unseen footage where she talked about how she would headbutt people. That she had already done it.
Yeah. Something. That girl, Courtney, was doing the most for no reason. It was nothing to be all upset about. We at the party. It's a 40th birthday party, and you coming over here with that nonsense about he said, she said, like we in kindergarten. Girl, you better back on up out of my face. I know that much. Julius, what are your thoughts?
That was a petty moment.
Yes.
Like, honestly, that girl came in there on the rah-rah. And there's only so much energy that you could put into people who come in on the rah-rah and not on a grown adult, no matter man or woman status. Sometimes you gotta, like Michelle Obama say, go high. And other times you just gotta check somebody.
When they don't go low, sometimes you gotta go low with them.
Exactly. You gotta be at their eye level.
That part.
Take off that tie and let them know before you was wearing this tie. You was about this right here. Don't get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted. Don't be confused. Don't be fooled. I know that's right. Smoke, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, the 100K for that party. I mean, Sanya, you should at least wait till your third season if you make it that far to blow some kind of money on that. But also, I had to think about it. When was the last time Kandi held an event with the cast that she hosted? I'm just asking the question. I don't remember the last time she held something for the cat. No, but here's the thing. Y'all think
That's a valid question.
When was the last time?
Well, she did it this season. We saw it on Instagram, so it's coming up on a future episode.
Oh, okay. Kandi's always showing up and eating at people's parties and like kind of in the foreground. Honestly, I'm loving the fact that she is having confrontation and having to go, because every single housewife has had their season where they've had to really kind of just fend off everybody. So I'm actually excited to see this side of Kandi again, red hair Kandi. So that way it could be like, you've been here the longest and now you're holding center peach. Show us what you made of. I love it. But homegirl Courtney was doing a lot, and she actually reminds me of that girl who was on that vineyard trip that was basically trying to comfort Todd. Like, honestly, they look alike, and I was like, are they related? So I'm not here for her, but I'm interested to see how their rivalry kind of just spans out over the season. Kenya needs to stop with all the kind of just deflecting, because we really want to know how much money you gave Mark to take those pictures on that beach for that wedding and to get that baby, because it's not I'm honestly not getting the fact that they're actually getting a divorce, because there's no marriage to get divorced from. So with that being said, everything seems to be all right. Who else? Shereé and Martel. I mean, Martel looked nice. And Shereé did do a good thing, but deflecting. But I just want better for Shereé, because she's just not it. She may have the eye. I've actually don't even got the I or the T or the dot at top. She just has none of the it girl factor with her. So I think she just needs to kind of just, hopefully this is her last season ever. And maybe she can focus on She by Shereé and actually getting people's orders out on time and not shutting down. I don't gotta watch nothing, Sebastian. You're not even up there, so stay in the comments. Matter of fact, stay in the stands. Stay in the stands. You're not on the main arena.
Smoothie, thank you so much for the super sticker. I truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Denzel, you're up.
Yeah, that Courtney woman. Yeah, she tried it with Kandi. She trying to lie on her. You know, it's like she was doing too much. She was trying to do too much, and then she was trying to touch Kandi. Like no, and then I'm glad that Kandi checked her, because you remember like in season 6 in that of Nene's party in that hotel, Kandi was about to drag Mallory, Cynthia's sister, when she pushed Todd. She was about to check her. Remember that?
Mallory would have won, by the way. Just saying.
So what?
Oh, please.
Mallory would have beat her up.
Emmanuel, let's not lie. Let's not lie about that. Let's not do that.
Yeah, she have a chance. She wasn't ready for that.
Hold on one second, Denzel. I'm gonna let you finish here. Kenya did say in her confessional that Shereé needs a spinoff saying, watch me date these dumb dudes. Kenya, you talking?
That's very funny.
You talking? You could be a castmate on the show with her.
I mean, yeah.
Co-headlining.
That part.
Well, no fight.
Don't fight at all. Co-headlining.
No, because they need to bring Drew on too.
That part. We can put a lot of people on this show. So thanks for the spinoff idea, Kenya. But yeah, we could have, you could be on it. Shereé could be on it. We could throw Drew on it. Come on now. Now go ahead. I'm sorry, Denzel. Finish up.
No, it's okay. And you know what? And I like Kenya, but she can't be talking. She can't even keep a man. She can't keep a man. Why does she keep paying for men to date her on the show? Like, come on. You know, she should have kept that to herself. And Drew's husband, he's a low down dirty dog. He should have been with his wife Okay, he's just trash. He's pure trash, and
And he a clown.
yeah, he's a clown, and he got a confessional. Like really, and who else? Oh yeah, Sanya. Do y'all really believe she paid 100K, 1,100K for that party?
I do.
I do too, because she had dancers. She said
she had a bartender.
She lists all the stuff, and then the venue was a certain price. She probably had valet parking. She got punked.
It looked nice. It looks nice.
But Bravo probably did add in a few coins.
You think so?
Yeah.
They probably
because it was showed on. It was showed on TV.
The bar. They might have just added the bar because they like to keep them toasty.
Wow.
Just added the bar. But I don't think, because I think if Bravo was giving them so much money for these events, more of them would have a little bit nicer events.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I really believe that Shereé, she dropped all that money.
But I think Diva, I think it's a class level. Even if Bravo was giving them the money, because if you compare these housewives to some of the other ones in the franchise, and we look at how they throw parties and how extravagant it looks, the attention to detail, and I think it's just a matter of taste. That's what I believe. I don't think a lot of these women just don't have any taste. I don't.
Well,
I mean, that's my opinion.
I guess I gotta let that marinate, because remember on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and don't y'all try to think I don't like her, because I do. Okay, Garcelle's birthday party.
Yeah, she don't have no taste either.
Oh dang.
All right. Well, at least I'm glad you telling the truth and shaking.
But the thing about Garcelle admits that, like, I don't like spending no money. Like,
but she's smart about her money.
Yes, she was like, she thinks it's a waste of money, and that's her prerogative to do so, to not spend her money on. But she talks about that based on her childhood and how they grew up, and
smart about
how
her
she
money.
just absolutely. So, but she doesn't really have any, taste like that either, and she's not gonna throw away her money on, spending $200 and like $250,000 on a party for what?
Yeah, I would.
Get to the street for the IRS, and let's see if Sanya owes $2 million next year. That's all we got to do.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, she got punked. Just like I want to say, from the Real Housewives of Potomac, what is her name? She got punked into buying that big mansion because nothing's wrong with her townhouse. Her name is slipping my mind right now.
Robin?
Mia.
No.
Oh, Mia?
I say Potomac. I meant Married to Medicine.
Quad.
She got punked. She got
yeah.
She got punked.
That mansion. I would have never.
That's right.
Why do you need that much property, even if your nephew is with you and your mama?
She ain't that smart. That's probably why.
Yeah, she got punked because they was.
It's all for show. That's what they do in Atlanta. It's all for show.
Yeah.
You want to see Dr. Simone
Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Dr. Simone didn't upgrade like that. Y'all see, she still got her same house. Now they got another house too, but it's not overly done. And I appreciate that. I really, really do. Be smart with your money.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Dr. Jackie did the same thing. They just renovated. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what she does with her.
No, they got a new house.
She moved.
Oh, she did?
Diva, can I say
that's right.
something
She bought a house and she gutted the house and just making it the way she wants it. That's right.
Can I say something really quick about Marlo?
Uh-huh.
I don't really like Marlo that much, but I will give her that she is trying to raise her nephews. I will give her that. She's trying with that.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, let me get to the other people so we can get ready to close out. Adele, did you speak on this?
No. So let's start with Sanya. I really like what she's trying to do with her family. I feel like she's trying to just take care of them, support them, but you can tell that they're used to being taken care of by her, and it reached a point where it's just like, okay, you're paying me, but I still want to do what I need to do, even though I have a job to do. And the sister, when she was talking, it was just like, okay, so you want her to go hire someone else? And why would your husband get paid? So for me, it was just like, it seemed like she spoiled them a little bit, and there's no definition between the work and family. Then going to the party with Kandi and that situation, one of the things that stand out for me is the conversation that Courtney had with Marlo. Marlo was the first to say, you have to say something to her, saying Kandi. So I almost feel like that ringed in her head, and then she went and follow up to go say something to Kandi.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Kandi is Marlo's always working her head as to how to start something. And then that's what Courtney could have shut her mouth, right? But at the same time, I don't think there was any reason for Marlo to kind of push that narrative. And one of the things that stand out to me is that the whole time, if you guys noticed, Todd was standing right there. He was listening. He wasn't getting involved, but it was just like, okay, I'm going to stand here. If there's anything for me to support with, I'm going to be there. And that's why I think, like, at the end of the day, they may have issues, but they're there for each other when it matters. You know what I mean?
He got her back. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he did. And I think that's something that happened, not to get off the rails, but with Tamar. He was right there.
Yes.
And when he saw that she got too far, was like, okay, you're done.
He had to step in. Come on, Adele. That's facts. That's facts.
Yeah.
But hold on, I'm gonna let you finish, Adele, and I'm not mad at that.
Mm-hmm.
Your husband is your protector. So you aren't gonna get but so close to me, and my man is standing there that he gonna have to step in.
Mm-hmm. So why was it okay for him to do that, but everybody jumped down on Ross's throat last year when he protected Sanya?
Okay, that's a good. You don't come on. So you okay? That's a good question, because you know what? He wanted to sit up there. What you can't do is you can't sit up there and just, you got to let your wife fight her own battles first. You see, Scott stood back.
Yeah,
he stood back.
That's right.
Sanya,
that's right.
Use your words. Use your words, Sanya. We're gonna need you to stand up and show up.
The only thing Todd do is step in to make sure Kandi don't get no charge. But Kandi be running her mouth, and he be right there listening to her. But he know the level when he got to go come in and step in, because she about to headbutt a bit B. And so that is how come he knew it was coming, and he stepped right on in. They good. They good. They may have their problems, but they good.
That part, they good. They good. No, see, Ross, and you right, Harry. I'll let you slide that in. But
but he didn't. All he did was stand up, and he may have raised his voice, but of course, Kenya want to act like she feeling attacked. But that's her thing anyway. She like to buck up at men and then think that nobody's gonna say anything to her. So, and she just came across the wrong one.
What? Ugh.
Okay, go ahead, Adele. Finish, because I got to close out. Finish. You're on mute.
I have my issues with Marlo, but honestly, I love what she's doing with her nephews. And I think she got a little bit dragged a little bit too much last time, mainly because of how she said what she said. Anyone would react to the way she said it. But at the end of the day, I really like what she did. And I feel like there has to be a messy part. She feels that there has to be a messy part to her. When she was trying to be nice with Kenya and start doing the sister thing, she was doing that well for a while. The moment she now starts being nice with her nephews, it's like she has to open that door again to be. I don't know I can't figure her out. I'm just like, I want to really like her. I want to see that part of her as a whole person. But I think maybe she herself is trying to figure out how to do it, right? Maybe that's the problem. Yeah. So I'm praying for her.
Yeah, she need prayers. Emmanuel, did I let you speak on this?
No. I want to say first, Shereé was on point with her reads and her confessionals. They were really funny, especially when she said that Kandi. Never mind. I love Marlo. I've always loved Marlo, so I love seeing that scene. You guys are all like kind of judging Ralph. Yeah, you guys are forgetting Drew doesn't like Sanya. What if Drew didn't want to go to the party and they just came up with that excuse?
Because you my husband. That was a stupid excuse. It's dumb. Because
Exactly.
you look bad, Ralph, and you my husband, and we should be thick as thieves. So if I don't like Sanya, what you got to do is send Ross to his 40th birthday party. What they call that fruit on the stick? Whatever.
Edible arrangements.
Edible arrangements. You send him a basket of that. You send him a card with some, I don't know, do you like Starbucks or whatever? You send him a little gift card, a little cash, and you say, sorry, I couldn't make it.
That part.
Because then add the family emergency. Sorry, I couldn't make it. My wife had a family emergency. So that means we have a family emergency. But you come there with the nonsense.
It's a party. It's a party. So if you're not there for the party, believe me, the people at the party is not thinking about you. You handle your family. Nobody don't care. You send your gift card, you send your apologies, you send your forever roses, you send all of that, but you take care of your family because it's a party.
That part.
Well, it was just a thought. But I do want to ask you something, Diva. I need you to please give Courtney one more chance. This was just one episode. I think it's too soon for us to judge.
What?
In my opinion, the one that came out looking the worst was Kandi, because how are you going to be, as Royer, or y'all been saying, the longest standing housewife, the best housewife? How are you gonna let them see you sweat? An LVP, a Karen Huger, would have never done a reaction like that with someone trying to tell them that they knew them or not, or they didn't know them. Really, Kandi, just because someone is asking you if you know them or whatever, that's going to make you want to drag them or headbutt them? Like
energy.
Nah,
energy.
Yeah, because she tried it. Her energy was off.
When somebody step to you and their energy is off, you gotta ask them about their energy. Like you're not coming over me. Did you say you didn't know me? If you all listen with the energy, I'm be like, yo, what's good?
First of all, that woman touched Kandi. That is assault. And that lunging at someone, it is.
When did she touch her?
Look up the laws in Georgia. She assaulted Kandi. And not only that, if you are that close within my personal space and I feel threatened, that is also a form of assault. So look, do your do your due diligence.
Wait, are you speaking on assault and what constitutes as assault? You know what? Let me be quiet.
Right.
Let me ask. Hold on. Time out, everybody. Let's all do each other a favor. I want you to go back, and next week when we come back and talk about episode 2, I want you to go back and cue up your TV to that point. That girl, Courtney, she had too much energy. She was all system moving her neck, all up in Kandi's face. And when Kandi tried to forgive her, she came back and had more energy. And that's why Kandi pointed out, she said, that's what I'm talking about right there. And even Sanya checked Courtney, and Courtney was like, thank you for checking me. And she still came with more energy at Kandi. I'm going to need Courtney to go somewhere to the back of the church, sit down at the last pew, and shut up until they come and lay hands on her and pray for her. Because she needs help.
Exactly. Yeah, back up.
If we started headbutting everybody with bad energy, we'd be doing it all day. You got to have some restraint. You got to have some control. So I think that it looked weak on Kandi's part. And then my last point is this. Oh my, Kenya, Miss America, you are the last person on this cast to be talking about dating dumb dudes or whatever. You dated Walter, Mr. Tow Truck Driver, who said you hired him. You dated a guy that was busting your windows, and you married a guy who's trying to take your house away from you. So make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense.
Yeah, right.
That part.
Dudes, okay?
That part.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Who did not speak?
Me, I just a quick rundown. Like that first scene with Courtney and Shereé and Sanya. I mean, that just looked really forced and staged.
Yes.
I mean, really, like Shereé had smoothies and Courtney had wine. I think they forgot which one was supposed to go first. I mean, they forgot the lines. It looked really, it was staged, but it was kind of like discombobulated all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, as far as Sanya and her family, I mean, of course, we already know it's going to come up at, later on the show that Ross is going to want everybody out.
It is coming out?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was part of the
trailer?
premiere. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the trailer. Sorry, yeah,
You know what? Hold on. I'm glad you let me know that. I ain't mad at him because you see, he was pissed. He was pissed at his sister-in-law.
He ain't having it.
But he kept his cool. He was like, let me go get Deuce. Let me get Deuce because you being disrespectful right now, chick. That's
right.
what he.
And I think that they've been living together long enough that it's time. Like Sanya, it was cool that they had to be really close because Sanya's schedule was like crazy when she was running track.
Right.
So, and even her sister brought that up. But I think it's been long enough. I think everybody needs to have their own place, including her parents, unless they want to get a house with an in-law suite or something like that. But her parents are well. They don't need any assistance. So I think it's been long enough. I think everybody needs their own place at this point. So I'm not sure how that's going to shake out, but Ross, they are going to have that conversation, and that's going to be very interesting. That's the type of stuff I like to see. I like all of that, but just a little bit of the mess. They came with too much mess in this first episode.
Ooh, it was a lot.
It was too much. Like, I mean, let us know what they've been doing since they've been off, and kind of like it was way too much. I don't think that Sonya owed Candace anything, like owe her to tell her about Courtney was there. I don't, because this is what the show is about. Like, now we're trying to change the dynamic of how the show runs. This is all about he said, she said, somebody going back saying what they said, and that's what it's about. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. And as far as how much Sanya paid for the party, I think a lot of this stuff is made up anyway. Whether she paid $100K for this party is neither here nor there, because I think they just throw numbers out there about how much they pay for their cars and houses, parties. And Ralph, he's just a non-factor at this point. And even last season, he was a non-factor. I mean, we all know that he's just, I mean, he just doesn't have a good, how some people just, their core is bad?
Yeah.
He just has a bad core. And
something about him ain't
yeah,
right.
It's something about him. He's just not a good person at all.
He's not.
He's bad for the show, and we know that we like some mess, but he is not good for this franchise at all. So I'm glad that he's. Hopefully, this will be his last
season,
last scene on the show. Yeah. Well, I don't. Hopefully, this was just it. Hopefully, we won't see him no more.
I hope not either.
We'll see. I don't know how much
he's got a He's got a little trash.
He really is. And as far as Marlo, like, I hope that this is all real. Hopefully, because she does need it. And I think we everybody. I mean, Marlo had a treacherous past, and none of us, I don't think, can hold a candlestick to what she's been through. But even myself, my past wasn't. I mean, I had both my parents. And I still needed counseling. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
to raise my kids.
Listen, let me tell you something. I promise you, I can't say if it was Psychology 101 or one of them that I had to take when I was going to college. And I promise you, they said in that book that 90% of the families out there are dysfunctional.
Absolutely.
It's very true.
I don't care if you filthy rich or dirt poor. It's dysfunctional because, like Leo said, this ain't no book. And then in your mind, you did something right. In the kid mind, they sitting in the room thinking you dead wrong.
Always. My oldest son is 30, and I swear I cannot. I think I've been apologizing for probably 10 years now. Like, I'm always saying I'm sorry, like about something that I did, that he felt like he had this horrible childhood.
They do. And I had to get them out all the way together. You got a whole cell phone, an iPhone. You get the latest one every time you turn around. Okay, you drive in a car. Now, out of all the colleges you pick the one that's going to dig me all the way down in the gutter, in the hole with that bill. All right. I love you, but stop. Okay? Go to Starbucks. The people at Starbucks know your name.
Right.
The people at the local Manhattan Bagel, they be like, where is he at? We ain't seen him in a couple of days. Chaba. These kids, man, they don't even have a clue. Okay? And listen, when I was growing up, to get fast food literally was a treat. It was a treat.
Absolutely.
You're right about that,
Now,
Ginger.
McDonald's, we got legit the Happy Meal, and every now and then I got to beg my mother for a Big Mac, and I was so excited.
Yeah,
but I didn't buy my kids. I couldn't. So I'm retired military, right? So it was just me. I had 3 boys, and they always get on to me because I have 2 granddaughters now, and they was like, we didn't get to eat McDonald's. Like we never ever went out. Like I cooked every day.
Right.
I just couldn't afford it, and so
listen. No, I'm not mad at you, but I'm telling you with my mother when I did go. I'm telling you what. I promise you when I was excited. Like I was. And one time I literally begged. I begged for a Big Mac, and when I got it, it was the highlight of my life. Now I'm just telling my kid, the people in these little restaurants know his name. So
wow.
Kids, but you see what these kids are. You know what I mean? They don't even have a clue. But then they talking to their friends. They think their life is bad. Child, you don't know bad. You don't know bad. Okay? Yeah, it was a special event. I'm trying to tell you. And then there was one restaurant. I would have to ask my sister. It was like on a week. It was some day during the week. It was like you buy one get one free or whatever. Matter of fact, I'm taking that. I know for sure at Carvel's on Wednesday. But it was only the soft ice cream. You would buy one, get one free. And the line used to be so long. That's when my family met. And we didn't go all the time. Like if we did go, it was on the buy one, get one half off or free day. At Carvel's to this day, they still do it on Wednesday. But it's good to know. Ice cream. It's not any ice cream. It's a soft ice cream. And my mother used to get this Sunday. And if you went there on the buy one, get one free day and you tried to pick something that wasn't part of that, you wasn't getting it.
She right. She is so right.
Pick from this buy one get one free and act like
my kids. They rag me all the time talking about what the grandkids get versus what they got, and I'm like, that was a different time. Like seriously.
Yeah. Y'all better ask somebody. Now listen, guys. I love y'all. Did everybody get this beat? Because I'm about to do a round. We about to close this thing out. And we ain't even getting 60 seconds because I got one question for you as we close. Come on, custody. But I'm trying to tell you, you better ask somebody. You wasn't just getting anything. Okay, and now let me tell you, these Carvel's, like everything you get now is ridiculous, right? Why is ice cream $7 and that's one person?
It's high. It's really high.
Wait for the cone, just the ice cream in the cone.
I promise you, if you go to Carvel, even that Cold Stone, and listen, that ice cream
Baskin-Robbins
with the Cold Stone with they want to heat it up with the spoons.
Yeah,
They want to mix. They trying to put a remix on it. It's ice cream. They like what flavor you want and what you want to add to it. And whatever you add to it, he adds the sprinkles. And all they do is they take 2 spoons and they flip it, and they slap it in the thing. And $7 later.
It's high robbery. High robbery.
The cows have joined the union or something. Is the cows demanding more pay? I mean, what is this?
It's something like that. Well, no, because they're probably doing like it's organic milk or oat milk made, so they're probably doing all that stuff.
Fat ice cream, and they just because they want to use 2 spoons and flip it and all that for you, they act like it's specialty.
They're trying to scam people. That's what it is.
Y'all don't have a Cold Stone?
Yeah, but I've never been. So
I've been to one. They got. I've been to one in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. It was pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. Whatever they did with the
but they high. They high.
You listen, get me the scooper and just scoop that thing on there. Yeah, Cole. You said Chris said Cold Stone is trash.
I want to say that, Baskin Robbins, because I live here. I live in Raleigh, and we got Baskin Robbins, and the one of the cones in the Baskin Robbins, it is really high. I'm like, really?
Yeah, they are hot. Good night, Demon Pat. Yes, good night, everybody. Listen, we about to close this thing out. As we close this thing out, I'm going around. It's just a yes or no. Okay? Are we going to give it up for Kandi Burruss? That's all my question is. And we about to close this thing out. Emmanuel, you giving it up for Kandi?
In what way?
In every way. She's a good mom. She's a hard worker. She's out here doing the darn thing, and she's an OG. Yes or no? Are you giving it up for Kandi?
Oh, she's not an OG, so no.
Wow.
Damn. Excuse me. Excuse my language.
Carrie, are you giving it up for Kandi?
Yeah, I'll give it up for her. I mean,
amen. Amen. Adele, are you giving it up for Kandi?
Always.
Amen. Amen. Denzel, are you giving it up for Kandi?
Yes, ma'am.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Are you giving it up for Kandi?
In what capacity? I had to step away from my computer.
Every capacity.
That's what I was trying to say.
She's every woman. That song on Houston. She's every woman. Are you giving it up for Kandi?
I will give it up for Kandi when she starts seeing Ace and Blaze more, and they don't have to call her in the confessionals to come see me, mommy, or help me with my homework.
Ooh, smoke.
No. See, you know what's smoke. Okay, Julius, are you giving it up for Kandi?
Yes.
Amen. Amen. On a Monday. Leo, are you giving up for Kandi?
You know what it is, Diva. You know what it is. Of course, I'm giving it up for Kandi, but I'm giving it up for Carrie too, because Carrie choked it down and said a yes for Kandi. So we standing for Carrie tonight as well.
I love it. I love it. E, are you giving it up for Kandi?
We have to give it up for Kandi, especially on Money Making Mondays, of course.
Oh, shucks now. Making money moves. Roy,
He just smiling.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you giving it up for Kandi?
Girl, what you got on the docket for the rest of the week? Break it down for us.
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
No, let me stop. No, I am giving it up for Kandi. Kandi is 100% that girl. She been out here doing it. I mean, she is an example of success. She really, really is. And, you know, as bad as I want her to be, you know, at home with Ace and baby girl, you know, Kandi is doing what she can do. So we thank her for her services. And Diva, what you got on the docket for the rest of the week for the people?
Listen, I ain't fooling with y'all. We out. Hit that like button. Chris said yes, and give it up to Candy's nanny. See, you know
Thank you. It's a team effort. It's a team effort at the Burruss Tucker household. It ain't just her.
It takes a village.
It takes a village. Thank you, Emmanuel.
Also, Mama Joyce in the background.
Listen, guys, I love you guys. Thank you for stopping.
Love you too.
We will be back tomorrow night with Love and Marriage Huntsville recap, okay? Listen, these shows. And then soon, I believe, after Love and Marriage Huntsville goes off, Love and Marriage DC will be coming back on. So we got a summer lineup, and it's coming through. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, so that's on Tuesday. Wednesday will be trending topics. Thursday, we will be doing part 4 of Dear Mama. Friday, you know, we're going to figure it out. And then we're doing this book this week. It's probably going to be on Saturday. Roy and I've been telling y'all, well, we're going to do this. We're going to do this on Saturday, Roy. Saturday, we will be doing this book, the first 2 chapters. We're going to talk about it, and it's 8 rules of love, because we got to tell how to love around in this building, okay? Y'all need some love in your heart, because y'all was disrespectful, out of line, and out of pocket to Kandi tonight. So we're going to show y'all how to love.
Drop the mic, Diva. Boom.
Okay, Diva.
That wasn't a mic. That was a mini mic.
Whatever. See y'all later. Good night. Bye.
Good night. Love y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Hit the like button.